What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to the full moon eclipse workshop. This is pay what you can, so you can donate whatever you want. The link is below, and thank you for all of the support because this is my job. So I really appreciate that. Also, if you comment and like, it really helps this channel get out there more. So I really appreciate that as well. Let's just jump in. There can be a lot of feelings coming up. I've been chatting with a few other people, and a lot of people are feeling really excited. They're looking forward to the next chapter. They feel that deep internal shift happening, and they're feeling very appreciative of all of the experiences that they've had up until now, because now they're getting a little bit more clarity. And then there's this other side, the other group of people who are like, what is happening? And I mean, this says it all. We've got that 7 of Cups, which feels like there are so many options. There are so many ways this path could just unfold. And it's just like, we could feel a little bit, again, overwhelmed for sure, emotionally drained or just exhausted, physically tired. We could feel different pains or aches like in the body. And that's typically related to like what I would call is an expansion or an ascension symptom. And just to sort of paint the picture for some of you who don't know what really an eclipse is, energetically, it is a portal. It is a door. So when we have an eclipse season, which is every 6 months, those eclipses, they really shut an old chapter, they close it, and they give us an opportunity to actually wrap something up and clear it out for good, or at least for now, for this next chapter. And then another door opens, and we have an opportunity to step into a new start. So this is the Fool card. It's reversed because we feel that new start. I feel like a lot energetically has already shifted on astral, which is like that universal energetic field. That has already shifted. Our mind is beginning to shift. We're noticing things now differently than before. We're comparing, we're seeing a different, higher perspective. And I think a lot of that is tied to Uranus. And Uranus is the planet connected to last minute and sudden changes, awakening. And I feel like, well, because that planet is conjunct, which means together with this full moon eclipse, there's a lot of new information, a lot of new ideas and internal perspectives that are happening that are helping us figure out who we are now becoming, and comparing that to the past and looking back and being like, I don't feel like my old identity, my old ways of behaving, my old tendencies or impulses or connections, relationships, jobs, whatever, like all of those old things, they don't really resonate now with who I'm becoming and with who I want to become in the future. So we're going through a little bit of this like filtering process. Now I have a 6 of Swords reversed. So 6 of Swords reversed, a lot of us are holding on. We're holding on to what we thought we wanted. We're holding on to what we think we want now. We're holding on to potential. It's like, I saw so much potential in this job. Or nostalgia. Oh, but this job was so good. Or this relationship was so nice before when we had that spark and we were excited and connected. And then all of the bullshit started coming up. And it's like, we're obviously not compatible right now. And like, this job is not benefiting me anymore. Or these friends, these connections, these habits, these behaviors, I don't really feel connected to this kind of lifestyle right now. And like, that's okay. That means you are growing and elevating and improving. And that is a beautiful thing. But Taurus, and this full moon eclipse is in Taurus. Taurus is a fixed energy. It is a fixed earth energy. So it wants to keep and hold on to the earthly things. So like maybe some of you feel the need to clear out some furniture or old jewelry or clothing or just items from past connections, from whatever, things in your space that it's like, oh, but I really want to hold on to this. but everything has an energetic imprint. So it's like, if you're holding on to something, it's connected to someone or a past experience. And like, now we have an opportunity to actually just sit with it and say, okay, I'm ready to move forward and I'm willing to drop this because I understand this is an energetic block in my life. And when I'm holding on to it, I'm blocking myself from future blessings and new connections coming in. So there's a lot of needing to connect with our emotions and understand them, but then also logically, there's a lot of connecting with the emotions to understand ourselves and what we're feeling, but then also figuring out how to apply language to it and how to understand it from a conscious, like in the front of the mind, not a subconscious energy in the back, those hidden energies that are sort of influencing us every day, running the show, old self-limiting beliefs, old programs, limitations connected to I can't, or I won't, or I'm not good enough, or I don't deserve, or whatever those old stories are in our mind. There's a lot purging, there's a lot releasing. Why? Because we're still in Scorpio season. If you guys are interested and you want to take the Scorpio season workshop, it's now 50% off, by the way, and it's below. It's fucking awesome. Okay, it's really helpful for clearing cords, cutting cords, transformation, etc. So that information's below in the description box. But right now we are in the middle of a Scorpio season. So we have this huge opportunity to, and I'm looking at the clock, it's 11:11. I love that. We have this big opportunity to shift and transform. And we're not only shifting external things, because yes, Taurus is about external things, but Scorpio is about internal things. And everything needs to shift internally first, and then externally it will catch up. All of the changes required for healthier connections need to happen first internally, in your energy field, in your emotional body, in your conscious understanding of self and what you need, and your impulses and desires, and your escapism and your self-soothing techniques, etc. So all of that energy needs to be understood, shifted, or integrated, and then externally, everything will start to catch up and reflect that. So right now is this huge opportunity because we haven't fully started this next chapter. We have the full reverse. A lot of us are excited and we want to rush and we want to get there. And it's like, I've got that Knight of Swords, but this Knight of Swords energy is really reminding me that like Mars, the planet of action, the planet of protection, of fight, is retrograde. It is moving backwards in Gemini, which means, and if some of you are like, oh, you're using all these words and I don't know what you're talking about, I'm always going to explain how it's affecting you. So Mars retrograde in Gemini means we really need to make sure that our actions and our words are in alignment. I've been talking about this a lot because it is a huge theme between now until springtime, March. So like, who around you is telling you they will do something, but they don't show up? Who is telling you they will change, but they're not committed? Who is telling you they want to, make this shift, but then they don't actually take any steps to do it? Or are you doing that? Are you continuing to say you want to change? You want to leave this job. You want to leave this relationship. You want to get, more money, healthier connections, but you're not doing anything to make it happen. So it's like something has to change. If nothing changes, nothing changes. So it's like we need to use this energy and all of this influence to dive in and understand ourselves and what we really need now, because you're allowed to say, 6 weeks ago, 6 months ago, 6 years ago, my needs were different, which means my connections were different, which means my job was different, which means my level of money that I needed to collect for financial stability and security was different. And like all of the foundations that you've established up until now. And I'm going to tell you, and this is going to be a hard truth for some of you, but a lot of your foundations that you've established up until now, they were established when you were in fight or flight, when you were in survival mode, when you were stressed, or you were trying to maybe manipulate another person to get something from them because you had something lacking inside, or whatever it is. And that's not, I'm not looking down, that's not judgment. We do things when we're in survival mode because we need to survive, but you don't need to live like that now, because where you have arrived and where you are going, it requires a different version of yourself to show up. And this Taurus season, sorry, not season, this Taurus full moon in Scorpio season is asking you to transform and to make a solid, committed decision. Because Taurus is like yes or no. It's not wavering. It's not kind of flexible. It's not like, oh, I'll say yes, but then I'll go back and I'll do it. It's like, no, bitch. What are you doing? How do you want to level up? What do you need to change about your diet, about your habits, about your daily practices, about your resources, what you value, how you spend your money? This full moon is connected to Venus because Venus is the ruling planet of Taurus. So a Taurus full moon is going to highlight all of these Venus themes. So stay with me. Venus, the planet, is in the area of the sky that represents Scorpio. She doesn't like that. Venus wants to be free and flowing and expressive and creative, and it wants to receive. And when Venus is in Scorpio, it is limited, it is controlled, it is impulsive. And we have an opportunity to see and understand how we try to take control of some situations in our life because we're not in trust. How we maybe misuse our resources, how we accept a kind of love that we don't really deserve because we deserve better. We want more intimate connections. We want more respect. We want more equal give and take, but we accept less than we deserve because we are scared. We are fearful that we won't find something else. That is how Venus in Scorpio feels. And like, we need to understand that. You also need to know that Mercury is in Scorpio also. And Mercury is our thoughts, our conscious awareness, what we know, how we communicate, what we process. So like all of that knowledge that I just described about the pain, the survival, the limitations, the limiting beliefs about love, about receiving, about our resources, all of that deep fears and deep old programmings, the deep old subconscious energies in the back of our mind that were maybe given to us from family, given to us from our ancestors because they didn't clear it, given to us from early connections or early romantic relationships. Whatever these old seeds that were planted in our mind and they've been growing and running the show and they're not benefiting us and they're limiting our experience of love, of self-love, of abundance, of money, of expansion, all of those limitations, all of those fears right now, they're moving from the subconscious up into the conscious mind so we can actually see them. Now, I'm going to take this one step further. That movement with Venus and Mercury in Scorpio, that awareness, all of that new information coming up, and we're seeing it in our connections. We're seeing how we give our power away, how we stay in uncomfortable situations, how we continue to work but we're not paid properly, or we're in a relationship, but we're not supported properly emotionally, or we're not giving and taking equally. We're over giving, we're over pouring. All of that awareness is coming up now. And Venus and Mercury are moving past the South Node. Okay. So the South Node is an area of the sky that represents everything we are dropping and clearing and letting go. So all of those fears, anxieties, the limiting beliefs, like all of the shit that I just described, we are clearing it out actively now. We're clearing it out, especially if you're here taking this workshop and we're going to do a clearing meditation and energy clearing in like 3 minutes. Like we are letting it go. We are dropping it. Yeah, Six of Swords. We're still a little bit scared. We're still nervous. Ooh, do I want to let it go? Oh my God, I want to hold on to it because it's Taurus. It's Taurus full moon. It's like, oh, I want to hold on to it. Don't. You need to commit to the other direction. We need to stand in trust and move forward with trust that everything you're dropping will be released and cleared so that you can replace it with a higher vibrational match, a better, expansive, and more abundant experience. And I promise you it will happen. But you can't have both, bitch. You can't have both. You can't hold on and accept, because if you're holding on, you don't have the space to expand. You don't have the space to accept. So everything that we just described being near the South Node is allowing us to actually release it and drop it. And with this full moon eclipse, we can stand in our power in new ways, and we can make better decisions for long-term stability, long-term financial abundance, long-term health, routines, habits, better diet, etc. All of those beautiful Taurus things and themes is what we are now stepping into and moving forward with. But you need to do the Taurus thing. And what is that? Commit. You need to commit to the change. You need to commit to your deep transformation, and you need to commit to the release so that you have more available space for the expansion. Okay? That's what we're going to talk about. We are done. I love you. If you want more help, you can take the Scorpio season workshop. It is 50% off. You will not be disappointed. Okay? Let's see here. Is there anything else that wants to come through? I feel like there is. I feel like there's something else that wants to just come through. So let me just check my notes and see if anything. Okay, yeah, this is the last thing I'm going to talk about with the astrology, is that Chiron is also in Aries, and Chiron is a comet or like an asteroid, and it is moving through Aries. So that means that we are healing our identity, and our personality is changing as the new version of ourself is emerging. Chiron is a healer, and it helps heal all of our deep wounds. And when it is in Aries, which represents the first house in modern day astrology, it means your identity, how you show up, your ego, the healthy ego, how you identify with yourself and what you bring to this world. All of that is changing. It's not a fast, easy process. No, it's a little bit uncomfortable, but everything I just described, it's coming up. It's all happening. Why? Because we are going through a deep identity recreation. Okay. We also have Saturn moving forward in Aquarius, which is establishing new routines, health, healthy habits, structures, figuring out how to use money in new ways, budgeting our time, our energy, our money. So it's like priorities right now, y'all. Priorities and boundaries are fucking huge. So don't waste this energy. Don't waste this opportunity. Use it to recreate and reinvent yourself. Okay. Perfect. We are now going to do an energy cleanse. So you can get comfortable. If you want to lay down, we're going to do an energy cleanse, and then the meditation is going to start. It's like 8 minutes, and then we are done. I also like to acknowledge that the majority of the people taking this workshop are settlers on their land. So we do have a responsibility for reconciliation. Just keep that in mind always. And deaf people want to be included. So add captions to your content. Please hire an interpreter if you can. Yeah, just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's lay back. I'm going to use 2 distance energy symbols. The first one is to clear you, and the second one is to amplify protection and more energy in your fields. And then we're going to lead right into the meditation, okay? So let's get into it. First thing I want you to do is to close your eyes and to imagine that there is a green fire burning in front of you on the ground. I want you to also imagine you have a golden comb, and you're going to start at the top of your head, and you're going to comb down your body. You can do it like physically with your hands, or you can just imagine it. But anywhere intuitively that you see blocked energy, or you feel that there is something stuck, maybe it's a color or just a feeling or a knowing or whatever, just comb it out. Comb it out, toss it into that fire, and your guides are going to remove it and take care of it. You don't even have to worry about it. Just toss it into that fire. I'm going to use distance energy symbols to help clear you now. Okay. Now I want you to imagine that white light is pouring down from above you into your crown chakra, into the top of your head, going into your body, down into your feet, and coming up your legs, up through your pelvis, your stomach, your chest, down your arms. It's surrounding you. It is adding protection. It is amplifying your energetic fields. So you can just imagine that white light is pouring down and washing you clean. I want to start this meditation by taking 3 deep breaths. So first we can inhale, really filling the belly, and exhale. We're going to take our second breath and inhale and exhale, releasing any fears, doubts, or worries from our day. And last, we're going to inhale and really relax the jaw, relax the shoulders on our exhale. A full moon eclipse is about culmination, about release, about creation. So I want to take a look at both of these themes. I want to first imagine that you are standing in a room with a movie screen in front of you. And the first thing I want you to do is to turn the screen on, and I want you to see yourself stepping into something new. What direction are you being called in right now? Maybe the specifics are unclear. Maybe it's just an energy or a feeling, but I want you to see yourself experiencing that energy, experiencing that feeling. So are you stepping into better health? Are you stepping into more financial or emotional stability? Are you beginning to commit to new habits, to new routines? Are you changing your food? Are you changing your clothing? Are you changing your environment or your space? Are you changing the connections in your life? And how does this all make you feel? I want you to feel that energy in your body. So feel proud, feel strong, feel healthy. I want you to feel ready for these changes. I want you to feel in acceptance of this new chapter, and I want you to feel empowered. And in this space, I want you to peel the screen off of the wall with that image, and I want you to press it into your heart chakra as we welcome in this new beginning. We're going to lock this energy into the subconscious mind. We're going to accept this version of ourselves. And to do that, we're going to take a deep breath. So let's inhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold. And release, 2, 3, and 4.
And now I want you to turn around, and I want you to see that there's an old television. And in your pocket or on the ground beside you, there's a remote. I want you to turn on the TV, and I want you to see some of the connections in your life that you have outgrown. These can be older versions of yourself interacting with these people. Maybe there's a very clear connection or relationship. Maybe there's a job, a contract, a collaboration, a project that no longer resonates. I want you to feel the frustration in your body. Maybe you feel disappointment. Maybe you feel gratitude for all that you learned from these individuals, all that you learned from these connections. But I want you to just watch that television, and I want you to see what people or situations are being presented to you. And as they're coming up, I want you to feel the emotions in your body that you experienced while dealing with these people, while dealing with these challenges. Maybe there's sadness because you saw so much potential, and that's okay. Not everybody is ready to step into their power. Not everybody is ready to heal. Not every project that you wanted was really meant for you at this time. So maybe we just need to let go of a dream or part of our dream so that we can make way for a new understanding of ourselves. So whatever is coming up on this television, I want you to observe it. I want you to feel it in the body. And then I want you to give yourself permission to let it go for now. And I want you to change the channel. And when you change the channel, I want you to just see an older version of yourself on the screen. This is a version of you that was maybe stuck in a traumatic state of mind. Maybe this is a version of you that was acting out of scarcity or fight or flight. Maybe this is a version of you that disappoints you to some degree, but this version of you deserves forgiveness. This version of you deserves love. And this version of you was absolutely required to get you to where you are right now. So I want you to just observe that person, and maybe they look upset. Maybe they look a little lost. Maybe they're stuck in the wrong connections or in toxic cycles. Maybe they're giving their power away. Maybe they have addictions or they're dependent on other people. Maybe this version of you is a victim. But you deserve to release this version of you. You deserve to eclipse this version of you out of your life as you step deeper into your power, as you take your power back. And we've already seen who you're becoming. We've already seen the direction you're moving in. But what's important is that we make peace with who we've been and where we've been and the journey that got us to where we are right now. So I want you to just look at that screen. I want you to send yourself love and forgiveness. And if there's a message from this version of you now, what are you saying? If nothing comes forward, don't overthink it. Just sit there with yourself, observing, forgiving, appreciating, loving. There's no space here for blame or shame or guilt or I should have or I could have or I would have. It doesn't matter. It's in the past, it's out of your control, and all we can do now is appreciate the lessons that got us here, send ourselves the love, compassion, and forgiveness required, and to integrate this awareness and move forward. So I want you to say your final goodbye to this version of yourself. And I want you to give yourself permission to shut off this television so we can stop playing these memories and this guilt and this what ifs and whatever it is that loops through your mind. I want you to give yourself permission to shut it down. And when you're ready, you can shut off the television. I want you to just sit with yourself for one last moment. Sending appreciation, sending gratitude to yourself right now for being here and doing this work. This is not easy, and not a lot of people do this. So sending yourself appreciation. And when you're ready, I invite you to bring some light movement back into the body. Maybe take another breath, and you can open your eyes. And welcome back.
All right. All right. So now you can grab a piece of paper and a pen if you don't have one already, and you can pause on my face. If you can catch it, that is the pause game. And I want you to write down, under this full moon eclipse in Taurus, I am stepping into my new self. And that new self looks like, and then make a list. And then you can say, I am also ready to release and drop my past. And the past things that I want to drop and release today are the following. And then you can make a list about that. You can use your own words, of course, but like, so you can hit pause and then you can write your list. I bet no one got that. Okay, welcome back. That's it. So thank you for coming. Thank you. If you guys are interested, I have Scorpio season pick a pile. So tarot, the link will be below or on the last, like the little videos come up. Maybe I'll put it there. We also have how this eclipse will be affecting you and your sign. So there's 2 videos. There's part 1, the first 6 signs, and then part 2 is the second 6 signs. And yeah, you can go watch that. There'll be some messages there. These are general, so maybe not a message for everyone, but hopefully your message is there. So just go check it out. Watch your sun, moon, and rising. And I appreciate you. Please hit the like button. It really helps this video get out there. Leave a comment. I love to see the interactions. And I really read them all. I really do. And I send you a little blessing. Also, and thank you for your donations, because this really helps. It supports me and this is my job. So I really appreciate that. I love you guys. Send this to a friend, help them change their lives, and I'll see you later. Ciao. Happy full moon.